like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Diorpop. Here, we don't simply look at photos, we feel the stories hidden inside them. We listen to emotions that don't need words, we sense connections that exist beyond what the eye can see. Because for us, a photograph is never just about visuals. It is about the silence that speaks, the gaze that carries memory, and the feeling that lingers long after the image fades from the screen. When BTS finally released the Permission to Dance on Stage live photo concept, Connect version, it felt as though the world paused for a moment. Not only because of the striking visuals, not only because of the powerful stage aura frozen into still frames, but because something deeper reached the hearts of many at the same time, a sense of reconnection. As if something we had been quietly missing suddenly returned, untouched by time. The word connect is not just a title. It is a statement, a promise, a bridge between stage and heart, distance and closeness, past hardship and present hope. And among the 7 members captured in this concept, 2 names inevitably drew attention in a way that felt instinctive: Jungkook and Jimin. Not merely because of their visuals, but because of a bond that feels real even before a single word is spoken. From the moment these photos were released, timelines filled with silence, with paused breaths, with people staring just a little longer than usual. These images did not feel cold or distant. They felt alive. They carried the echo of live stages, the memory of roaring crowds, and emotions that had never fully settled. In this concept, Jungkook stands not only as a visual center, but as someone radiating maturity. His presence is calm yet powerful. His gaze is sharp, focused, but never aggressive. He stands tall, carrying the weight of a long journey, years of training, pressure, expectations, and growth that began far too early. And yet, instead of looking burdened, he appears grounded, like a performer who has come to understand himself deeply. There is confidence in the way Jungkook faces the camera, not loud or demanding, but steady. The confidence of someone who knows who he is, where he has been, and what he stands for. And beneath that strength, many fans sense something else just as clearly: Jungkook looks safe. But what truly held people's attention was not Jungkook alone. It was how his presence seemed quietly, naturally connected to another, Jimin. In the Connect version, Jimin carries an aura that is unmistakably his own. Soft, yet never fragile. Warm, yet controlled. He does not rely on dramatic expressions to convey emotion. Instead, his power lies in restraint, in subtlety, in the way even the smallest movement or shift of his eyes seems filled with meaning. There is a calmness in Jimin that feels earned, as though it comes from years of self-reflection, vulnerability, and growth hidden behind bright smiles. In this concept, he appears like someone who has weathered storms and emerged with a stronger heart, one that still feels deeply, but no longer breaks easily. And when Jungkook and Jimin exist within the same concept, something unspoken becomes clear. That something is connection. Not a connection created for the camera. Not something forced for narrative or performance. But a bond shaped by time. By standing side by side for years. By exhausting rehearsals that stretched into dawn. By countless stages, small and massive, walked together. By shared laughter, shared fear, shared triumphs, and silent understanding. In the Connect version, even when physical distance separates them within the frames, their presence feels intertwined. As if an invisible thread links them, steadying Jungkook's energy, grounding Jimin's emotions. Making each of them feel more complete simply by existing within the same space. Many fans notice the same thing. Jungkook's gaze in these photos feels deeper, more focused. As though he isn't only looking into the camera, but towards something he trusts. And for those who have followed BTS for years, it is hard not to associate that quiet trust with Jimin, who has long been seen as Jungkook's emotional anchor in moments both public and private. At the same time, Jimin appears to stand between two worlds, the brilliance of the stage and the stillness of his inner self. He has not lost his gentleness, but there is unmistakable strength within it now. The kind that comes from acceptance. And Jungkook's presence, even when not physically beside him, feels like part of that safe emotional space. The Permission to Dance on Stage live project itself is a celebration. Of freedom. Of endurance. Of returning to the stage after a time when distance separated people from one another. And Connect reminds us that behind the lights and cheers, it is human relationships that sustain everything. Jungkook and Jimin embody that truth. They don't need exaggerated gestures to be noticed. They don't need to perform closeness. They simply exist. They stand. They breathe. They are themselves. And the years of trust built between them speak louder than any pose ever could. This photo concept captures a moment where they are no longer just idols frozen in perfection, but two individuals who understand each other's rhythm instinctively. Jungkook with his protective steadiness. Jimin with his emotional sensitivity and warmth. Two contrasting energies that somehow fit together naturally, effortlessly. It's no surprise that after the release of this concept, conversations flooded timelines, not just about visuals, but about feelings. About how these images made people feel seen, connected, reminded that BTS, and especially Jungkook and Jimin, have always offered something deeper than entertainment. Because in the end, Connect is not only about connecting artists with fans. It is about connecting hearts. About bonds that grow quietly. About trust built without announcement. And within this photo concept, Jungkook and Jimin stand as the clearest embodiment of that meaning. They are proof that true connection does not always need to be obvious. Sometimes, it only needs to be felt. And once it is felt, it stays, lingering in memory, in emotion, in the quiet moments when a single image carries countless stories. Ultimately, the Permission to Dance on Stage live Connect version is not just about the stage, the lights, or stunning visuals. It is about connection that endures even when the music fades. About Jungkook and Jimin, two souls who grew together, understand each other without words, and move forward in the same rhythm. At Diorpop, we believe the most meaningful moments often live between glances, in unseen distances, and in silent support. And as long as that connection can still be felt, this story will continue, living in hearts, in memories, and in every step they take from here on. Thank you for being with us. Until the next story, where connection is never truly broken.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.